Chris Rock. I'm one of the co-founders here. I brand myself as the marketing dude, so I'm the guy that gets you in here and then keeps you coming back again. Started in 2008. Jeremy Pittman, my business partner, he brewed for the first time, and over the years grew more and more in love with it, and that ended up with him opening up the homebrew shop back in 2015. We were sitting there going back and forth with names, Lake Eola, Sandcastle, going back and doing some historical stuff, and we were just playing around. And I was like, what about our names? Something like Pitter Rock or RockPit. And as soon as I said RockPit, he's like, yes. If you walk in here, you'll see elements of coal mining, and that goes back to Jeremy's grandfather was a coal miner back in West Virginia in the 40s and 50s, and he ended up moving down here and retiring from Disney. So lots of elements of West Virginia and Orlando in this place. So we have a 5-barrel brew house. We're about to upgrade that to a 10-barrel. We're running through roughly 40 to 60 barrels a month. Obviously small time compared to a lot of places, but around here it's a pretty big amount. We anticipate going fast and furious above that. Our plan is to figure out a way to double that within the next 18 months. So every beer here it started with as an experiment, whether that was a homebrew experiment or something that we did here. But we do have core beers here. We have 5 cores that are always on tap. We have a light lager, we have a blonde ale, we have a milk stout, a pale ale, and an IPA. And those are always here, staples that are always here. And then everything else, we have 20 taps that is mostly experimental or stuff that we've done and people like it again. There's things here that we do that are really popular that people know already, being open a year, and they know about them and they come and buy it all. So it's kind of a cool process, but yeah, going through the whole beer making process, that is Jeremy's domain. So I know that his process around that is, I'm gonna make something cool, I'm gonna try it, and if it works out, awesome. If it doesn't, we toss it and we do something else. So it is a constant experimentation.
My name is Jeremy Pittman. I'm co-owner of RockPit Brewing and head brewer as well. My personal beers that I personally like to brew is I'm a very big fan of lagers and IPAs. Those are kind of like my favorite styles to brew. But here at RockPit, we always like to keep a really good variety going of stuff. We like to provide a good variety of different styles, whether it's English beers to German lagers to American IPAs to Belgian to sours. We just like to provide a really good variety of different style of beers here. One thing I kind of look for is real uniqueness, is like different type of hop varieties I like to use. There's a lot of new experimental hops coming out now that give off just really crazy and odd like flavors and aromas that you wouldn't typically think a hop would give off, you know? And so I like to kind of experiment a lot with those and stuff, and see how they can really kind of come out differently in the beer and stuff. Like we got the homebrew shop in with the brewery, so we like to keep that type of old roots going of where we all first started, you know, the home brewing and like the old artistic value of just culinary, you know, where it comes to making beer, finding cool different ingredients to mix together and just come up with a really cool combination of something, you know.
So the biggest thing that we wanted to do is to be a watering, not a watering hole, but like a third place. So what it is it's the place where you go when you're not at home or at work. Through conversations, when you sit here and talk to our regulars, we become that because we see the same faces over and over and over again, and we see them the first time and the second time and third, fourth, on and on and on, and we get to know so many people here in the community. So we are that place here in Soto that people go, I'm gonna go hang out somewhere, I'm gonna go to RockPit. From my staff side, they've all learned that same thing where they get to know everybody that walks through that door. So from the uniqueness standpoint in that is that the people here are incredibly understanding. There's no bit of snobbiness whatsoever, which you can get in this industry, unfortunately, in some places. But then the product itself, we come up with some of in my opinion, some of the most unique things. Like we make our watermelon goza, it is just our traditional Berliner, and we add watermelon to it, and it just creates magic. So it's one of the coolest things, that how simple we make things turn into some of the best beer that you're going to have in Orlando, or really anywhere.